Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Patrick. Oh, sorry, I don't know what that was. So anyway, the time has finally come for these videos I started over 2 months ago. 7-4 was the first one with Libra, and 11-9 will be the last one with Aries and Aquarius. And I know exactly how I'm going to do this. I don't know. So this is basically what I'm going to do. I have one full-size tarot deck that I'm going to use for Aries. The Emperor is going to be the signifier because it's Aries. I have 4 smaller tarot decks. Ooh. That I'm going to use for Aquarius. And the star is going to be my signifier over there. So basically, the the 4 smaller decks are going to create a constellation for Aquarius, the star, collective energy. And Aries is the self, is the ego, is the individual. Now, I don't know yet. I'm going to have Bixby flip a coin. If it's heads, I'll do... No, tails for tarot, heads for an oracle. Oh. Never mind. I actually know what deck I'm going to use. Well, we'll confirm. Tails for tarot, heads for oracle. If it's an oracle deck, I know exactly what deck I'm going to use. If it's a tarot deck, then we're going to get a number between 1 and 5, and that'll tell me what deck to go for. So I know like what realm of energy generally I'm pulling from, right? Hi, Bixby. Flip a coin.
All right, here comes the flip.
It's 444.
Looks like it came up heads.
It's heads for oracle cards, and I know exactly what deck I'm going to go for. Oh my gosh, right? So, let's do it. Eve! How are you? Hello. Hello, Eve. Welcome. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm in a good mood today. Apparently, it's just one of those kinds of days. I don't know. It should be right here. And it is. I'm going to use the Magical Dimensions Oracle cards and activators. I am... Well... You know, there's a lot of stuff happening in life, and a lot of it seems kind of right at the moment. I actually watched back a Pisces video that I did July 6th, I think, 2021. I just, like, on my TV, I typed my name in the search bar and, like, flipped through my videos. And then, like, notice what other videos popped up. And then I saw a Pisces one, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this. And I was like, oh, that was like a few months before I started my job. Is this our card? This can't be the card, because, I mean, I was only going to get one card. But yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. The card that came out is Oneness, which is, it feels appropriate. Kidsy cat, oh snap. How you doing, Kirsty? Ooh, Illumination is at the bottom of the deck. The illumination of oneness? And isolation is behind illumination. Isolation illuminating oneness? Question mark. Isolation with the individual, oneness with the collective. I'll take all 3 of them. And the illumination in between. The heart portal number 20 is after that isolation. I'm glad to hear it. I was wearing AirPods. Hold up. Wait, was it Steph's birthday yesterday? Not yesterday, Friday. Did Steph say her birthday was 9/9? Your birthday was yesterday? Oh, snap. Well, happy belated birthday. I would offer you a card, but I'm like in this space right now. You know what I mean? Okay, so over here, I got like 3 bells. Steph's was, wait, yeah, Steph's was 9/9. Okay. I got like these bells. Apparently, it's what I'm collecting. So that's going to put a pause on this energy. So this is your moment, Christy. If you want it, if you want to rain check your moment, you can. If you want to send me a message and have a private moment, you can. If you want to take advantage of this opportunity right now, you also can. I have the Crow Tarot right here. I got the Stranger Things. I got the Mystical Dream Tarot. I got the Witches Tarot, which I almost used. I have these Reading Fortune Telling cards. I got the Gilded Tarot, the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, and the Legends Tarot, the Crow Tarot. Okay. Oof! Last time I used the Crow Tarot for a Virgo, things got kind of like, wait, but let's go for it. It's funny because I was actually talking about this deck earlier today. I went back to the store, which is amazing. Like the dude who runs it is so cool. Like such, I feel like a lot of what, in a way, a lot of what I need right now. In another way, things that I didn't even. It's just an amazing whatever. Oh, I guess this is blue. He was like, because I was like, oh, somebody gifted. Well, he was talking about. He was like, you compare a crystal with the deck to like charge it or like the vibe or whatever. Get out the vibe of the deck and a crystal, and if they go together, you can like store them together or something. And I was like, oh, someone gifted me the Crow Tarot recently, and it came with the crystal. So you were a way out of internet. Ooh. I don't know why. I think she's your older daughter. Just popped into my mind. Like I just wanted to ask about her for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's your older daughter. Anyway. Okay. Excuse me. So I was at work Friday. I was actually at work before. But whenever I go out on the plant now, I started to wear the earplugs because if you're out there, it preserves your hearing or whatever. And at first, I was like, well, I'm not out here long enough to really use them. After I've started using them, though, like I'm super sensitive to the noise. So, what was an acceptable non interfering amount of noise before I started using them was now very like distracting and unpleasant. But anyway, when I have my earplugs in and I yawn, there's like this super staticky sort of sound, but also at the same time, it's like my hearing focuses on different things. So I was doing the water, for example, and I yawned, and um, like that first it was that staticky noise, but then the static sort of faded, and I could hear the water like coming out of the pipe or the little drip collector, whatever, out of the orifice. I could hear the water emerging from the orifice in an almost like HD kind of way. It's like I was like, I'm hearing. I said listening to myself. I was like, oh, I'm listening in like HD. Then I was like hearing. I was like, okay, yeah. But anyway, I was like, oh, I wonder if like when I yawn, excuse me, if I'm just like if I'm keen to some things that I wouldn't necessarily hear if I could hear everything. You know what I mean? I don't know. But you had a good day. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, Holly, how are you? So the Hermit comes out, and you're a Virgo, so that's cute. And then the Two of Pentacles comes out. This is interesting, though. This Hermit reminds me of a dream that I had. So there's this period of time, roughly 3 years ago, where I would like wake up in a dream and I would try to like force myself out of bed without like waking up. Right. So it was like I'm trying to walk in this dream without like sleepwalking in real life. You know what I mean? So that was the level or whatever. And it took me, well, there were some dreams where I would like wake up. Anyway, this one dream in particular, I woke up in my room and I went outside and there were like guards or whatever, more like people on patrol. And like I was supposed to be asleep in that room, right? So I wake up and I go out and I'm looking around this place. And as I recall the dream, I think it was like hot or something like that. And it was supposed to be like wintry. And there was this Christmas star that was supposed to be on top of a tree. And when the Christmas star was on top of the tree, it made like it was supposed to be like a Christmas world or whatever. But the star was off of the tree and there were people patrolling to make sure that like it stayed that way. But anyway, I dodged the patrol. I find the star, I put it on top of the tree, and then like wintry whatever returns. And this star right here makes me think of that dream. I don't think I did a great job at like explaining it, but with this Two of Pentacles here, it feels like there's an energy of an established status quo. And maybe these two are like the patrols or whatever. But it's like the environment has shifted while the environment has shifted in a way that was unnatural to the energy of that place, it found itself in a new rhythm, or a new rhythm was created. And it does feel like this crow is like trying to push this in another way while those two are like flying up ahead, just trying to like shift the balance or something. Girl, okay. But I'm looking at this and it feels like it's nailed in such a way to keep it from moving. And then I also see like this stuff that almost feels like it might be tar, or not tar, like something to lubricate it. And it's, I mean, it reads like it doesn't need to be lubricated to move. You just need to remove the nail. If you remove the nail, then it'll help a lot. Because even if you make it easier to move, if it's nailed in place, it's only going to have a certain certain degrees of like freedom or mobility or whatever. Excuse me. Okay. Where are we going with this? Oof. Things that have come to a grinding halt. So the Ten of Swords was the next card out, and that's I was like, oof. But the Four of Swords is at the bottom, on the bottom of the deck. This is interesting because the dream I talked about when I was like, I was supposed to be asleep in the room and there were the patrol things, but here it's like, here they're watching, there they're out on patrol. And while they're out on patrol, this crow is trying to get something to move. But when they're present, it's like playing dead in a way. What's interesting is, though, this crow with the lantern, with the lamp here. Because it feels like this crow, I don't know if this crow is waiting for somebody. Like it feels like this crow is helping in some way by holding the lantern while the star isn't on top of the tree. Um, Oof, why is this me at work? Sometimes if I'm doing something and I'm not paying attention and I raise my head up and there's like a pipe above my head and I'm like, ow. Because these swords are like fixed, right? It doesn't feel like these swords are moving, but the crow is trying to like get under the swords. And so maybe there's something that catches this crow's attention. Because I don't think the crow would get that far and have these stuck in it. Right. So it's almost like something immediately like caused this crow's attention. And the crow for a second forgets about all of this and it just like lifts up to see what it is. And then it gets impaled by the swords. And so because of that, and maybe that was the thing about wearing the earplugs and then the static and like hearing the water better. It's like there's a need to like cut out distractions or something like that here to prevent this energy from like fully impaling the bird. Right. So of course, like, what is the distraction? The swords are the tar. Oops. Oh. The Five of Cups was at the bottom. The Five of Cups was under that Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and I didn't take it. So the Chariot is what distracts the crow. And if we're talking about this not moving, this is what the crow is like attempting to get moving. So something moves, and the chariot and the crow is like, oh, like, so do I not have to do this anymore? But then it's like, no. What is this? What is this? Hold up. You were not there before this whole time. What is this? I don't even know what this is from. This is weird. I'm like, hold up. It's because I went to go put the Two of Pentacles back down on the mat, and it was because I got this a cloth to read cards on. I went to put the Two of Pentacles back down, and I noticed the lump under it. And then I like reached under the mat to see what it is, and it's this, whatever this is. Like, I don't even know what this could have like come from or gone to. And like, there's a little ring on it. So it's funny though that it was like the sound of something moving. Because this could almost be like a broken chain. So something did move somewhere. So the distraction is the move. What moves? Right? Oh, I didn't even look at the Five of Cups. Because there was the sound of the water, and that's the only water I've seen yet. Um, I just noticed it with the water when I would yawn. And everything else was like reduced to static. And it's funny because like when the water wasn't running, there wasn't anything else that my ear picked up on. It was just like static. But when water was running, I could hear it in like HD. I'm like, oh snap. So what moved? Oh, what? Okay, well, I think this is just taking a turn. So the thing that moved is the High Priestess. The High Priestess moved. Oh, look, there's the cup. There's the water. Girl, what is it? Wait. And then there's this moon in the chariot up here, and there's the moon and the High Priestess, right? So the High Priestess moving could mean it's just like, what moved? I don't know what moved. It's a mystery. It could be an element of something that like is just not revealing itself in the space of this reading. It could be the element of something that's not revealing itself in the space of a public reading that anybody can click on at any time, because this isn't a one-on-one private personal. It could also be something like we just don't know what it was, or the High Priestess could literally be moving. And apparently these cards just slid off the bottom of the deck because now the Nine of Cups is here over this Three of Swords and the Six of Swords. Oh. So the Six of Swords is movement, right? But then the Three of Swords happens, and that makes me think of this Ten of Swords, right? Because it's like the crow. Oh snap! Ho! I just saw the third card. The cards that like slid off the bottom of the deck. I just saw the third one. I saw like the top right corner. So like imagine me down here. I just saw the up here of that card, and I'm like, oh, okay. But that's like this energy, right? Like the crow was crawling in here, and then all of a sudden it gets stuck because of some distraction. And it feels like that's the Six of Swords into the Three of Swords, but after that is the Nine of Cups. And the sun is here where there's so much moon and these sunflowers. I noticed yesterday how much yellow has popped up around town. First, when I was leaving out, and it's funny because our neighbors just cleared out a bunch of like overgrowth that was almost like it was a natural fence for them. And because it was a natural fence for them, my little brother was like, oh, like now when we let the dog out, he's going to be able to see when their dogs are out. And like, we're going to have to keep him on the chain or whatever. So he doesn't just like run over there unless we're out there to supervise him. Because before he would just like be fairly chill. But anyway, the Nine of Cups comes after that. Is that a whole fish? It's a whole fish just like laying on the side of this cup. But that fish laying on that cup, it makes me think of the Four of Cups in the Wild Unknown Tarot. How there's the rat like on three of the cups and then like paws and face in front of the fourth cup. There's like an apple core, or there's apple, there's fruits. There's this what, lotus. Oh, 639. Look at that. But it doesn't get you the Nine of Swords that you might think it does. It actually gets you this Nine of Cups. Now, the other cards that slid off, this Three of Pentacles. Oh, I love that third card even more. The Three of Pentacles slid off. So the High Priestess was the thing that's moving, because movement was the distraction, right? In this Three of Pentacles, we see crows picking cherries and whatever that is. Like we see crows working together to collect some kind of harvest. And it almost feels like these like go in these other cups, right? It's also interesting because of this pentacle on the crescent moon right there. That's what I noticed. And then the Queen of Pentacles is here. The Queen of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck, either when the Four of Swords came out or as the Four of Swords. It was like under the Four of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles was there. So again, we make a return to Earth energy. And then under that is the King of Wands. And all I saw from the King of Wands was this. And I was like, oh snap. Like, wait, it ain't nailed down no more. It's up in the air. And then I saw the sun on the other side, and I was like, oh, okay. There is also an evolution of the crown. Because there's like this tiny flower crown here. And then there's like this crown and then that crown. Um, there's a rabbit here. We see this flower here. That almost makes me think of this flower here. Oh, look. They're in like similar positions on both of these cards. Bottom right, or bottom left, sorry. So you get the flower from the Queen of Pentacles. You get the berries or whatever from this Three of Pentacles. And then the King of Wands is here. Ooh. The Tesla trap. I read Tiki Trap for some reason. So that leaves us with this Four of Swords, right? Because everything's working back to the Four of Swords. The Chariot was the distraction. The High Priestess. It's like things are. There's a very like things are working out behind the scenes type of energy, or it's like things are working out in ways that you may not necessarily be fully aware of, right? Because again, it's like we had the Crow and the Hermit that was holding the light for someone or something, or to signify a location, to demark a location or whatever. Then we have these crows that are out gathering things, filling up the cups in the Nine of Cups. And it's interesting because like look at the Three of Swords and this Nine of Cups. And this crow like right here. And again, it's like while this crow is standing on the Three of Swords, this other crow is out maybe doing this Three of Pentacles thing. I feel like there's a certain level of enigmatism. Is that a word? To these cards? Like there's a fairly enigmatic sort of energy. But again, I don't know if that's because of it's not like a private reading in a private place or whatever. So lions everywhere at the moment. Ooh, okay. It did make me think. It's. I know it's not the rose. Okay, maybe that's why. I was like, I know the lion isn't associated with the Plantagenets, but I don't know why. Like I remember looking at the statues with you at Q, and like the Plantagenets, and who was the other one? The War of the Roses. Maybe it was the rose. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not the lion. I mean, it could be the lion. You know, who knows? I forget. I'm pretty sure there is a lion. King of Wands, King of Whales. I don't know. The Tudors, yeah, Tudors, and the Plantagenets. Okay, that actually gives this a completely different, and maybe that's okay. So that gives this a different energy because of my dream, and I could have been wrong in the dream. You know what I mean? But in the dream, it was this energy of like something's wrong, and those people are the people on patrol are like preserving the status quo. They're trying to make sure that the wrong isn't righted or whatever. But because in every other card, these crows are actually like, because of these in particular, this one in particular, but like the crows are helping, right? To prepare some kind of space. And maybe that's why the high priestess is here. And that could just be me not getting it right. Maybe the high priestess is like, no. But the relationship is different than I thought it was. I'm not going to project onto you that the relationship is different than you think it is, because again, it was me talking about my dream. And so then that changes the energy of this. because these crows are waiting to see when like this one is going to wake up so it can like include this crow so it can inform them. But when that relationship is distorted, then this crow's like, oh, I have to play dead or I have to play like absent when they're around, and I have to try to work in secret to move this thing that's been pinned down. But it's an act, like it's actually an agreeable energy. There's a lot of cooperation here. And then in the King of Wands, like we see it freed. So with that being said, you may be reaching a point in your journey or in your life right now where there's a certain energy or there's a certain group of people that you are going to be able to cooperate with. Maybe that cooperation, it's almost like it may have been necessary to view it as antagonistic for a certain point of time for you to get whatever you're gonna get to bring to the Nine of Cups party. Because with the Three of Pentacles, like everyone contributes, right? So there's something that you're going to contribute to this as well. Maybe this was in the process of you getting your contribution and it speaks to some kind of trial or whatever you had to go through. But the truth of something may be revealing itself and it might actually work out in your favor more than you would have thought it necessarily would have. Whenever I see the High Priestess, especially the High Priestess upright, or a title card, it's almost like it's secret or unknown for a reason. Sometimes that reason is our inability to comprehend fully. And that's not like we are lacking or whatever thing. It's just like stuff that we don't know at the time. Or it's because there's something that we need to sort of like get or acquire, or a space that we need to be in, or a resource that we need to have access to in order to smooth the transition later. It's that kind of energy. Um, so I'll pull one more as like, how do you show just that you're ready to like cooperate or whatever, like what that energy might, strength. So there you go. This is how they know you're ready or whatever. It's like the strength to open your eyes and to face it and to give it the chance to prove that it might be different than you think it is. I don't know. But there's your lion again. Actually, it's not. Yeah, it is a lion. Okay. Oh, what I like about this lion. Oh, I already shuffled the deck. Now the Page of Cups is at the bottom of the deck where it was the Five of Cups before. And I'll actually. Oh, look, there's the fish. The fish in the cup. Let me try to find that Five of Cups. Because I think the positioning is similar. That's Five of Wands. Oh. This was the Five of Cups that was at the bottom of the deck like twice. This is the Page of Cups. But what I like about this, or what's interesting about this Page of Cups, what's interesting about the Strength card is, now I gotta go look for a card that was just here that I don't think I pulled out of the deck. What's this? It's like, I don't know, that Three of Swords transforms or turns into strength in some way. Oh, look, there's the 5 from the Five of Cups. The 5 plus the 3 equals the 8. So there you go. Hopefully that resonates for you. Do with that what you will. Or hopefully like it sort of unfolds for you more in a way that will be less enigmatic than it feels like reading it. Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday or happy belated birthday. May fortune, good health, and good um, friends, community, people find you. You know what I'm trying to say. Good times, good laughs, good food, good drinks. If you drink, I mean, we drink stuff all the time, like water. Good company. Good company. That's what it is. Good company finds you. No problem. Thank you for not only being here, but for like being you here. You know what I mean? Okay. I almost wonder if I should just like. Ooh, Page of Cups at the bottom again. The top is the Eight of Swords. What's interesting about this Eight of Swords is this the sword pinning down the ribbon here. And there was something in that Two of Pentacles about like seeing where the blockage was. It was the nail. Anyway. I like the Page of Cups for an Eight of Swords though, because it feels like it's an intuitive pull. There's an intuitive pull that can be felt where it may not necessarily be able to be seen. So also an amazing time to cozy up to your intuition and discernment and to walk in the trust of it. There you go. Oof. I'm getting a little warm. It's probably this pure white. This thing is just like radiating me right now. It's fine. Okay. So we're gonna timestamp 43 minutes. Should I do a new video for that? So you can have this all to yourself? Or should I just continue? Well, maybe there's a Aries Aquarius energy that some of that might resonate for as well. So everything in its time for its purpose and in its reason for its reasons, right? So we're gonna hit resume on this energy. Why do I have the book on the table? I pulled out the book. Oh, that's because the cards are somewhere else. I was like, I pulled out the book, but left the cards. The cards are here. Oh, I already pulled out all three cards. I got them. Okay. So Aries is shuffled. Now I have to shuffle. I didn't shuffle any of these before I came up. I had the thought to do it, but then I was like, I'll just hit go live. So, oh gosh. The teeny tarot. Like it said teeny. I didn't know how tiny teeny was until it came. So basically, the smaller deck is going to be the star that's like further out. That's how I'm going to do this. For those on the Aquarius side of this energy, you do it. You determine whether the smaller star is smaller in size or it's just farther away. I feel like to a certain degree it doesn't matter, but to another point it does. Um, who is this? Oh, the High Priestess. The High Priestess fell out of the Teeny Tarot. Okay, girl. It's up to you. You determine. You decide. Follow your intuition. The Page of Cups in reverse is at the bottom. Okay. She's just like, shuffle me more. Ooh, the Nine of Cups. Okay, Kirsty, your reading's over. I'm just playing. Oh, timestamp. Duh. I'm going to timestamp 45 minutes for the shuffling of. I put the letter O. That is not a zero. I think I just heard my mom say my name. Something weird that happened the other day. I think it was Thursday. I went to the bathroom. I woke up and went to the bathroom. Or did I shower? I either went to the bathroom and showered, or I went to the bathroom then. Hold me closer, tiny priestess. um, and my mom texted me. She was like, "Did you knock on my door?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Okay." And then when I went to leave for work, as I walked by her door, I thought I heard her say my name. Like I thought I heard her call me. And so I waited a second and I was like, "Are you up in there?" Because she said she was going to go back to sleep. And she didn't reply. So I don't know what that was about. Um, okay. Oh, goodness. Tiny Tarot. Aquarius is like, what is this? Oh, come on. The Magician in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, first the Queen of Pentacles was in reverse, like flipped over. And then the Eight of Pentacles was in reverse. And as I tried to like pick up the cards to see which one was in reverse, the Magician slid out in reverse. What I don't necessarily mind about this energy is the further star, the smallest star, the teeniest of tarots is almost in this energy of like what it used to mean to nourish the self and the body and to be a part, I guess, of the earth is like it's changing. It's different. And so because of that, with the Eight of Pentacles of the like in reverse, it's like what dedication or devotion or presence or the path to mastery used to look like, it's also changing. And to continue to utilize your resources in the same way that you always have to meet the same ends that you always tried to meet before, it might have questionable results. Y'all remember when Bob was in reverse? Here's another magician in reverse. I don't know why the Magi are in reverse. Maybe it's because things are changing, and because things are changing, magic is changing. Um, Magic, especially in terms of correlations, right? Because there's an energy of like relationships and stuff in it. It's almost like when I do this, that happens. Who was that? Seven of Cups. No, it's the Five of Swords in reverse. Oof. I don't know. This teeniest tarot is a little difficult. There we go. But we're going to call it shuffled. Next is the Gilded Tarot Royale. We're getting into larger decks. So, you saw what, Bob? Oh, no. Yeah, I saw that. Abydos? I thought Abydos was a name. Because I feel like maybe she said it there. Because I feel like I read it or I've heard it recently. I have an Egyptian friend who I got on his Facebook last night because we have a mutual friend with one of my coworkers or something like that. And oh, come on. And he's like going to med school. I was like, oh snap. Girl, hello. I got teeniest tarot on the floor. I thought I lost the Gilded Royale. The stars are disappearing. Uno momento, por favor. Oh, the Star, Death, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So all upright, Page of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, Death, and the Star. That feels like some kind of portal-y energy. Because it's like the Six of Swords is the energy of like journeys, transitions, movement, whatever. But it's like while Six of Swords in a whole death process, it happens. And then you emerge healed with the Star. And it's like, okay. Or it's like there's this correlation or a link between a personal passage and cosmic, universal, celestial passages. Maybe there's something that you're doing in conjunction with a transit that's happening right now, and there's an alignment in those energies. It can also be like, let's say that there's an aspect to a transit that will happen in the future, but because of the movement that you're making right now, it's like it's utilizing that energetic aspect between those celestial bodies before whatever aspect comes later to almost like get it now. Because there's already an energetic tie between them, right? I don't know. Oh. And then the Six of Cups is here. And if I can, they're so tiny. The Four of Wands. Okay. That almost feels like some piece, part, or aspect of you, us, that has been long since absent or estranged that is now going to be coming back into union, for lack of a different word, as I'm looking down here. I feel like one of my Gilded Tarot Royale cards fell on the floor, and that's why I'm looking down here, but I don't see any of them. I only see those tiny ones that were left on the ground. So it could also be something that was discarded at some point, or something that we thought was like not going to happen or impossible or whatever. So we kind of gave up on it, but maybe it just wasn't possible in that old energy. But in this new energy, it is. Does it really? Now I gotta go watch it. He meant well, you know. He meant well. He was very well intentioned, but you know what they say about good intentions and the path they pave, where that destination ultimately leads to the upside down. The road to the upside down is paved with Bob's good intentions. I'm sorry. It's fine. Okay, second deck down. This is probably, well, we'll see. The Nine of Pentacles and the Chariot. This is interesting because though they're clearly looking in three completely different directions, one to the left, one horse to the left, one horse to the right, and the charioteer looking straight forward. One more. And a cut. Okay. Got one last deck to shuffle for Aquarius. And then we'll be ready to start. I think I might do Aries first, just because Aquarius is going to take so long. 4 different decks. Sounds like the hokey pokey. The hokey cookie pokey. I want some good food. I feel like I live in a culinary wasteland. Anyway, I'm going to use another bell to get the me out of the energy. There's no I in energy unless you spell it INNERG, then there is one. And I feel like somebody out there in some communities spells it energy. Actually, I think I know that for a fact. And the G stands for, we'll do this one. No! While I discovered what that little metal contraption was, to my teeniest bell, it was my dinger. It was the ring dinger. The ring dinger is gone. How did that happen? Oh, well. I still got this one. The tiniest bell. It's a silver bell. So, 1 second. Pause on this again. Back to Kirsty. I'm looking at, let's see if they pick up. Yeah, you can see them. You see these little divots on the bell? It makes me think of that Ten of Swords. How they were just like dangling from the roof. It makes me think of those. Kirsty took my bell. I'm just playing. But it makes me think of those. And what are bells used for? That's for you. Baby names next year. There you go. I will gladly just let that go. So, back to this. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So somehow I put the larger bell right on top of the missing dinger. I don't know. It's fine. We're going to put you there. Okay. No, you're fine. It's the fluid nature of energy. So actually, Aquarius or Aries should be thanking you. It's their reading. It's not mine. Anyway. Nothing to apologize for. So we're back. We have oneness number 30, illumination number 23, and isolation number 25. Isolation illuminating oneness. Oneness illuminating isolation. This is going to be interesting. And maybe it's just because, I withhold all judgments. I withhold all judgments, and I withhold all statements. Declare the coronation, the bells toll. Queen Kirsty. I was gonna say it might be more difficult for Aries to like encompass at the jump all that I'm feeling what this could be because it has one deck and it's gonna get two cards, while the constellation of Aquarius has many. But that in itself is almost emblematic question mark of the Aquarius holding the collective, Aries holding the individual, oneness illuminating isolation, isolation illuminating oneness, loving this of energy. There's a sextile between Aries and Aquarius. And I think my iPad is dead, so this might not happen. Actually, it isn't. I have 15% battery. So let's look and see, shall we? I want to see if anything is in Aquarius or Aries right now. Oof. Jupiter is retrograding, Aries 5 degrees. The moon is 9 degrees, Aries. Chiron is retrograding 15, 15. Aries retrograde 24, Aries. The ascendant is in Aquarius right now, 16 degrees. Saturn retrograding Aquarius, 19 degrees. Vesta retrograding Aquarius, 15 degrees. Vestal virgins, the keepers of the flame in Rome. Any direct, so Saturn is 19 degrees. Chiron is 15 degrees retrograde. So there is a loose-ish, it's within the 5 degree orb of um, sextile. The moon is going to move to conjunct Chiron, and then it's going to sextile Saturn. The moon conjuncting Chiron, the moon conjuncting a retrograde Chiron in Aries, while sextiling a retrograde Saturn in Aquarius, has a feeling of it can be an opportunity for us to liberate ourselves in a way. Um, to liberate ourselves in a way. It's like to give ourselves the keys. So, Aries. Again, I'm going to give this a few more shuffles. Death and the Archangel of Mysteries at the cut. Interesting. Okay, no. Thank you. Ooh. Oh. So you know what, Aries? We'll just say that. Oh, let me timestamp this for Aries. I'll say 103:30. Actually, I kind of love this for you, Aries. This is a little bit I was not afraid would happen, but it seems like Aries doesn't need a whole constellation, you know? And it's not, let's take the judgment off of that. And just as a statement of Aries being the individual, it's what can be done with as an individual and what is for the individual to do themselves. And then with the collective, it's like what can be accomplished as a collective and maybe like what individuals do within that collective that serve different roles or provide for different needs that the collective might have, right? So it's not comparison in that way to make one less so that the other can be more. Because as a collective, the collective overall is stronger as each individual becomes stronger. So it's very like alpha, it's very like wolf pack dynamics, where like the alpha will help, like the alpha will go to the back of the pack to help protect the wounded and the weakened and the young and the old and stuff like that. Because there's that recognition of like it's a healthier dynamism. Okay. It's a healthier dynamic. But Death came out, the Reaper. And I was like, oh. But then I was like, oh, it's Scorpio, right? That's the feminine side of Mars. So could be Mars tapping into its sibling sign. I don't know. Because isn't the sister sign usually the opposite? Who knows? We're going to get right into it. I'm looking for the Emperor, pulling from the top. Ooh, 2 cards. Neither one of yes. I don't even know if I know what the Emperor looks like in this deck. Have I seen the Emperor? I don't know. That's the Empress. Is the Emperor going to be at the bottom of the deck? And we're still going. Aries, are you here? Is Scorpio gonna have to be okay? Here we go. Goodness, look how close the Emperor was to the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck being the more subconscious element, being the less immediately recognizable, visible people. This is how far we had to go to find the first zodiac, the first of all the zodiac. Which Scorpio makes sense. So, the Chancellor, Justice, the Emperor, and the Herald of the Flame. What's interesting about that is, so Aries is with its opposite of Libra, but also its feminine side has come out. And so, you know how I was about to part my lips to say, ooh, Aries, you may be at a disadvantage because this is a very polarized energy with oneness illuminating isolation and isolation illuminating oneness. You only get 2 cards, Aries. How are your 2 cards going to be able to encompass all that this whole pole, this aspect of duality or polarity has to whatever? And as Aries is like, oh, polarity, feminine side, boom, opposite side, boom, got it. I'm ready. I'm here. This is an individual that is like, kudos to you, Aries. This is gorgeous. I'm going to say Aries may be sitting in the space of initiation because of this Herald of the Flame. Last time I saw the Herald of the Flame, interestingly enough, had shown that it was ready to know more of something, or that it was ready to face something in order to be granted access to more. And so the Herald of the Flame came out on this side, and the first thing that the Herald of the Flame faced was the demon. And then it was the angel. And then it was whatever other cards. Now, maybe that was its own internal demon. Maybe that was some kind of evil or injustice or negative energy in the world. But the Herald of the Flame was like, okay, you're ready. Because the golden shield? The Queen of Wands was on the other side. Like, if you're not ready for this, you will not be permitted access. It just won't happen. Because Queen of Wands is like, I'm not going to be liable, responsible for anybody getting into a situation that they can't get themselves out of or that they're not prepared for. And very much in the way of like, the divine will never put more on us than we can bear or something like that. Now, it was an energy that went looking for it. It was definitely going looking and searching, but what's the message of this Herald of the Flame? Pages are messengers, and in the SKT, they come bearing news. We have to open this one up, though. It's sealed. I'm going to have Siri choose a random number between 1 and 3. If it's 1, it'll be the knight. If it's 2, it'll be the queen, which is the shield. If it's 3, it'll be the king, which is the archangel. I mean, it would be 4, but the page is already here. You know what I mean? Hi, Bixby. Hi, Bixby. Choose a random number between 1 and 3.
Processing some equations. Okay, your number is 1.
So we're going to go looking for the card before and after the knight. That's who this message is coming from. And it's interesting because in the Pisces video that I watched before, like this morning before I went to work and did other stuff, the energy of the Scholar of Souls came out, and the Scholar of Souls is the Knight of Wands. It's also interesting because this page isn't bringing a message from the king or the queen. It's bringing a message from the knight. The knight is the one who's like, who is more knowledgeable and experienced than the page, but they haven't necessarily yet hit the like king or queen themselves. So it's like there are still things that they're learning themselves. So it's going to be important, I think, for Aries to keep that in mind, that as you're going through a transformation or as you are allowing yourself to occupy a different role in your interactions and stuff like that, and how oh oh snap, Kirsty, you still here? It's because you united me. I'm just playing. I didn't even catch that. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, it's almost like because you're taking a different approach, because you might take a different approach to some things, or maybe you're entering into, I don't think you're just entering into. So maybe you've been in a period of introspection and reflection, or maybe you're coming out of a period of introspection and reflection where the focus was a little bit more on you and how you showed up, how you acted, how you behaved, what you said. And maybe you're either in or entering a space that's a little more neutral, just to see like what the default or like what other people would do or how situations would unfold without you driving them, question mark. And that can be for any number of reasons, but I'm going to give this, the keeper at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, well, see, here you go. Here you go. There's the demon. There's the demon that the Page of Wands, the Herald of the Flame, had to face. It just like, I could tell it was falling. I tried to put it over my laptop so the cards wouldn't fall onto the floor, but they fell onto the floor anyway.
I didn't understand that.
Ain't nobody say Bixby. I'm going to turn you off. Oh, wait, maybe it's because I'm sitting on it, kind of. Goodness. I literally put it over my laptop so it wouldn't fall to the ground. Oh, here it is. The Keeper and the Ace of Swords. Maybe the soul to slay the demon. Or maybe not. What is the Ace of Swords? It's... Oh my gosh! Kirsty, leave! You see that? That's what the Ace of Swords is. It's the crowning. If you weren't paying attention to, if you weren't looking at your screen. Oh, and look, Ace of Swords comes out and then my screen clears up. It's the crowning. The crowning of a new keeper, the crowning of a keeper. Aries is in a really, really, really good spot and position right now. I thought Aries was at a natural disadvantage because of resources or whatever. Aries is like, they don't call me Aries for no reason. I'm the first for a reason, okay? It's like, okay, Aries. Who is the dragon the first in the Chinese zodiac? Oof, I almost left the screen. Because in the Chinese zodiac, they had a race. And the order that they finished the race in is the order that it goes through. And I'm wondering if Aries is the dragon. Chinese zodiac. Boom. Let's see. Come on. The rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, the snake, the horse. I feel like the dragon didn't finish fifth. Does anybody know? I'll say order of Chinese zodiac. It's like, just say what you mean the first time. What? I said, what? Girl, how? How did the dragon finish fifth? It did. It gave it to me in order and I didn't believe it because the rat, because I know like the rat played a trick to not end up last. But I didn't know the rat finished first. Aries, y'all the rat of the zodiac. I ain't never trusted an Aries in my life. I'm joking. I'm legitimately kidding. I'm going to one of my great friends' wedding with my Aries bestie in a month. So my journey buddy is an Aries. I love Arieses. That was a joke because of how people typically associate rats, right? Rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and then pig. So I could pull out. I was going to say I'm not going to do that because then that would add more cards. But like Aquarius has 4 decks. And Aries seems like y'all are in this energy already. So I have a Lenormand deck right here. The Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I'm going to, as this deck is, pull before and after mice. Just to sort of see what that adds to this. And I'm going to go from the bottom. Oh, look at this. Magnifying glass on the bottom of the deck. That's how hard I had to look to find you, Aries. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a little bit of a chill. There's a little bit of like shivers right now because that's kind of crazy. So these are your 3 cards. Ooh. The reason why I'm like, oh my gosh, it's because mice is number 23. Illumination is number 23. See that? The 23 of illumination, the 23 of mice. Okay, Aries. I told you, Aries is like, wherever Aries is right now, whatever Aries is doing, it's like chef's kiss. Like I really thought, but that's why I stopped myself from saying it because something about it didn't feel true. I was about to be like, "Ooh, Aries, y'all only get 2 cards to get it right." Aries is like, I'm already past that. I'm beyond this. Maybe Aquarius need a whole constellation, but I'm Aries. Okay, I can do it by myself. Woo. Anyway, oh, the book, and that's what it was like. I forget how I worded it or how I phrased it, but it was like giving yourself the key. I forget what I was even what it was about. It was like you're giving yourself the key to something or whatever. Whatever I said, here's the book that you're going to unlock with the key. Oh, what was it? Oh, because Aries is coming out with Scorpio and Libra. And it was that introspective and reflective energy. Like you're giving yourself the key to do something by visiting like your sister sign of Libra and your brother sign of Scorpio, girl. I don't know. And then it's the heart. It's the heart, number 24. So that's where the rat is. The book and the heart. This is obviously Akashic, right? It reads very Akashic. Doesn't have to be. That's just the easiest energetic grab. It's the most immediate way to read this is that it's Akashic. Doesn't make it wrong or whatever. That's just like my initial like, oh, right. If we dig into it, it could be something else. It could resonate differently for different people. Maybe it is Akashic, maybe it isn't Akashic. Maybe it's because again, there's something about Aries looking at what it's done or how it's participated in certain dynamics. Maybe it's just giving you a deeper understanding of yourself in relationships or yourself in relation to others. And maybe that is illuminating to you what you would like to receive. Almost like how you would like to be compensated. But it's like, it's maybe revealing what would make you feel like any energy, time, love, whatever that you give to someone else is reciprocated. How you prefer that energy to be reflected back to you, given back to you as you give it out. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's different. So there's our demon at the bottom of the deck because the keeper has been crowned. And your first task as this new crowned keeper is to slay your demons. But we already knew that because of the last time we saw this Herald of the Flame. Anyway, just a confirmation. Okay. Who am I looking for? The Knight of Wands. Okay. Who should be the shining flame? What is that the realm of? Uh, I can't think of it. I don't know if I've gotten it too often. I know like the wave, the realm or the waves of the Undine and the Sylph, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. I see more often. Girl, Aries, we getting to the bottom again. Well, I guess this I'm pulling from the bottom, so we're actually getting closer to the top. Um, the Shining Flame. Jupiter in Libra, Sun in Aries. So there's that Libra Aries pole again. With the Sun and Jupiter. It's the Four of Swords again. This is where the Knight of Swords is. Or the Knight of Wands, sorry. So the Page of Wands, Herald of the Flame, is bringing you a message from the one who's a step before you. And I think it's to help you. There's something that you are in a position, there's something that you're in a space to receive when you're in this calmness. The Three of Wands in this deck is the politic, and it's three wise men pulling their energy together, rods of the past, the present, and the future, to gaze into the fire of divination and receive a prophecy. right? So, off of this Akashic energy, or not necessarily entirely Akashic, but there's something that you position yourself to see about yourself, to remember about yourself, to learn about yourself, to know about yourself, or for it to be revealed to you about you when you are in that Four of Swords energy. And again, like it's Jupiter and Libra. So being in the space of Libra expands you, but the sun is in Aries with this. And I love that because it's not about you not being who you are. It's not about you muting yourself or you taking yourself out of the equation because the sun is in Aries. You're Aries. That's where the sun is. So it's still for you to be you and to show up as you. But being in the context of others, being in the context of a collective, with Libra being like relationships and partnerships and just like other people, that provides an opportunity for expansion for you, Jupiter. So you actually get a lot more out of those spaces. I think that's why the demon was at the bottom of the deck, too. 1 second. So I actually have to go, unfortunately. Grandmother calls and she needs my help. So it's funny that I waited this whole time to do Aries and Aquarius at the same time, and it's not going to happen. But Aries, that means we're going to wrap this up for you like right now. Basically, you being in the space of a collective, you being in the space of collaborating and cooperating with other people is going to bring some opportunities for expansion for you. The demon at the bottom of the deck as you're entering this space is you getting over whatever you need to get over in order to show up authentically as yourself, to occupy space as yourself, but to also allow the input of others. Like you're going to be a star in this constellation. The star that you're going to be is a sun, meaning that you're going to have your own like solar system. This is about you having your solar system in place as you are a star in a constellation of stars. So there may be many suns in your constellation, right? And you don't have to compete with other suns in that constellation to see who's the brightest or whatever. That's why the demon is there. It's for you to get over whatever you need to get over inside of you so that you can show up again authentically in a space of cooperation without feeling like you have to compete with other people. Not only is it about you not feeling like you have to compete with other people, introducing an energy of like Five of Wands, Five of Swords, in that space to make things needlessly competitive. I think it's also about you doing whatever you have to do within yourself to not shrink or shy away or stuff like that, right? Because that's another thing that can, like, that's part of like showing up authentically is you not dimming, you not feeling like you have to be less or you have to not do this or not be that. It's also you not feeling like you have to overcompensate. So it's not you doing this or doing that so that you're taken seriously in this space. Because if you're doing anything that's not you, it's going to compromise your authenticity. So showing up authentically and cooperatively, not competitively. Again, the good thing is like coming out the gate with scorpionic feminine side of Mars energy and with Libra sitting right there, it feels like things that you've already been in the space of learning and or mastering. That's why the Herald of the Flame is here now, saying that you're ready. Okay? So, with that, I hope you all have an amazing whatever. Whenever you see this, I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. Happy belated birthday again, Kirsty Kizzy Cat. Happy belated birthday, Steph. I haven't seen you, but you were on 9-9, girl. I'm sorry I missed you. Holly, happy early birthday, because I know you're a Libra. Thank y'all for being here. I'm gonna leave all of this. Hold up, wait. This is gonna be my pause button now. We're hitting energetic pause on this so I can come back and do Aquarius after I finish helping my grandma. So this is me serving the collective that is my grandmother, helping a cousin do whatever they trying to do right now. I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Bye bye.